Well, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Let me ask you, have you ever set a goal and you succeeded? Have you ever set a goal and you failed? Did you work out the difference why one succeeded and one failed? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how to set goals that work. Now, it's my belief you probably have an income goal. You either want to make more money or you want to save more money this year. Is that correct? And you want to be able to do that without the risk of failing, because nobody likes to fail. You don't want to try and fail, do you? Not at all. So in this training, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to set goals that actually stick. So let me tell you a story. My daughter, Nikita, is now 10 years old. And about 2 years ago, I said to her, baby, let's set a goal to make more money. And she said, Dad, how much more money do you want to make? And I said, let's just make more money. So we set a goal to make more money. And you've heard of the law of attraction. And you know that the more emotion that you put into your goals, the faster it accelerates, the faster that you activate that law of attraction. Now, this literally happened in a space of about 30 minutes. I set a goal to make more money. I took my family for a walk. We went across the street. We went to Family Mart. We bought some food. And when we came outside, I looked on the ground and the law of attraction had delivered me more money. And I picked up $1 off the floor and I said, look, baby, I'm rich. I just made more money. And my 8-year-old, she looked at me and she said, Dad, all of that effort for $1. Now, the point of the story is if you set a goal to earn more money and you emotionalize your goals and you activate the law of attraction, you will make more money. But most of the time you'll be disappointed because I could have earned $1. I could have earned 1,000. I could have earned 1,000,000 as long as I specified the amounts. So welcome to this training where we're going to learn more about goal setting. So do you have a goal to make more money? And if you do, I want you to go to the chat box and I want you to type in the amount of money that you want to earn. How much more money would you like to earn this year? Like me, do you want to make an extra $1? Do you want to make an extra $10,000? Do you want to make an extra $100,000? Or are you really ambitious and you want to make an extra $1,000,000 this year? Whatever it is, type it up in the chat box, because there's a couple of things that we're going to learn. When it comes to setting goals to make, and goals that stick and goals that work the first time, we have to follow a SMART formula. Now, the SMART formula of goal setting stands for simple and specific. The goals that you set have to be very simple. And what I say is if your 7-year-old son or daughter, if your 7-year-old brother or sister don't understand your goal, then it's too complicated. So firstly, your goals must be simple and they also must be specific. Now, if you go back to the example I gave you a few moments ago about making a goal to set more, to make more money, the goal of make more money was not specific. I did not say exactly how much I wanted to make. And that's why it was a rude awakening that 30 minutes later I was making more money, but it was only $1. So when it comes to setting your SMART goals, they have to be simple and they have to be specific. And they have to be so specific that your 7-year-old brother or sister, your 7-year-old son or daughter must be able to understand what the goal is, and they have to repeat it back to you. Now, if a 7-year-old can't understand it, then your unconscious mind, which we're going to talk about in a moment, won't understand it. So it's got to be simple and it's got to be very specific. Next, in the SMART goal formula, your goals also have to be measurable. And why it has to be measurable is because we say what gets measured gets done. If you set a goal to earn an extra $100,000 this year, you can measure an extra $100,000 $100,000 worth of income. You can see when you've gone up by 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, or $90,000. And what gets measured gets done. And if you have a goal to make an extra 100,000 and you're on target every single month and you're banking an extra $10,000 per month, it gets very exciting because you can start to measure the amount that you're making against the amount that you want. So we say what gets measured gets done. M also stands for meaningful. If there's no emotional reason why you want to achieve this goal, if nothing excites you about this goal, then it's probably the wrong goal for you. You have to be able to look at that goal and say, I want it. I need it. I cannot live without it. And it has to make the heart pump. It's got to make your heart tick. And when you look at that goal, you got to lick the lips. You got to be so excited. And if that goal has no meaning to you, automatically you'll fail because you won't have the emotional energy. You won't have reasons to get out of bed in the morning to pursue that goal. So money is a good goal to set. To earn an extra 100,000 is a great goal. But if it has no personal meaning for you, then you'll find yourself procrastinating because you won't have the emotional energy to get out of your comfort zone and pursue the goal. So the first two, simple and specific. Secondly, it has to be measurable and meaningful to you. And it also has to be achievable. So when you look at your goals must be achievable for you. For some of you, maybe it's only possible for you this year to earn an extra dollar. For some of you, it might be achievable to earn an extra $10,000. Maybe for others, it's possible for you to earn an extra $100,000. And others, it may be possible for you to earn an extra $1 million. So when you set that goal must be achievable for you. Achievable based on your knowledge, based on your skill, based on where you're starting from. If you're earning $10,000 a year and your goal is to earn $1 million per year by the end of this year, it's absolutely impossible. There's too much for you to learn. There's too many skills that you have to acquire. There's too many adjustments that you have to make to be able to go from 10,000 to 100,000 to 100,000 or even $1 million in 1 year. So the A stands for achievable. It has to be achievable for you. And when you're setting goals for the very first time, it should have a probability. It should have a 100% probability of success. If all the goals you've set in the past, if you set them and failed, then inside of your mind, you're going to have limiting beliefs that goal setting doesn't work. You'll have memories of setting goals and failing and feeling sad and disappointed and unfulfilled. Maybe there's even regret or guilt for not achieving that goal. So as part of goal setting and setting a new goal, you've also got to be able to upgrade your mindset. You have to be able to reprogram your mind for future success. So if this is the first time that you're setting a goal, then it should have a 100% probability of success. So if you're earning $10,000 per year and you set a goal to increase your income by 10%, which would take you up to $11,000 per year, that is very achievable. It's also extremely realistic, and you should be able to have a 100% probability of success. And the importance is that when you set and achieve that goal, your levels of confidence will go up. But if you set a goal that's too big, too soon, and you do stretch and you go beyond where you are now, but you fall short of the goal, you'll feel upset, you'll feel sad, you'll feel disappointed, you'll even feel guilty for not achieving your target. And then the next time you try to set a goal, then you'll already have more limiting beliefs and memories of setting goals and failing. So at the start, it should have a 100% probability of success. As you start to develop your goal setting capabilities, once you become good at setting and achieving goals, then the next goal that you set should have a 99% probability of success and only a 1% failure rate. And what will happen is you'll have more energy, you'll have more enthusiasm, you'll have more excitement every day when it comes to taking action on the goal, because you know that your probability of success is really high. But think about it. If you've only ever earned $10,000 a year and you set a goal to make $1 million per year, what's the probability of that happening for you in the next 12 months? Well, in my opinion, it's probably not even a 99% failure rate. It's probably a 9 million% failure rate. It's too big, too soon. Are you with me so far? Excellent. So, A means achievable. It has to be achievable. The letter R in the SMART formula means realistic. The goal that you set must be realistic for you. And a goal that's 10% out of your comfort zone for the majority of the population is too big. However, if you set a goal that's just 10% more than you're earning now, the probability of success will be so much higher because your mind, both conscious and unconscious, can perceive a probability and an increase of 10% and accept that, because most high performers can increase their income, double it every 7 years. So to be able to increase your income by 10% this year is achievable, and it's also realistic. And you know what? You don't have to wait a year to do it. You could probably do it in a day by becoming persuasive and asking your employer, or becoming more persuasive and increasing your sales. So the goal should be realistic, and it shouldn't be anything beyond 10% of what you're earning now. So if you're earning 10,000, the goal should be 11,000. If you're earning 100,000, the goal should be 110,000. If you're earning $1 million a year, it should be a stretch, and you should take it to $1.1 million. And every morning you'll wake up with belief, knowing that it is both achievable and realistic. You won't procrastinate because you'll have belief that this is true for you. Are you with me so far? Excellent. Go to the chat box. Tell me, what are you learning so far? Finally, T stands for timed. Your goals must have a time limit on them. And some goals really need a lot of time to be able to achieve them. I'm not here to tell you that you can't go from 10,000 to $1 million. People do it all the time. They just don't do it in a year. People who are going from 10,000 to $1 million, it could take them 20 or 30 years to earn that. So time's not the problem. It's just the amount of time required. So let's imagine you're earning $10,000 per year, and you set a goal that's realistic and achievable, and you go to 10,000 plus 10% is 11,000. You don't have to wait a whole year to go to 11,000. You could do it in less than 9 months. You could do it in less than 6 months. You could even do it less than 3 months. You could probably do it in less than 30 days. And for some of you who are really bold, you could probably do it in a 30-minute conversation with your employer. So remember, when you set your goals, there must be a defined start time and finish time to achieve the goal. So this is the SMART formula. If you follow the SMART formula, then you'll set goals that stick. Okay, Jesse, good morning to you. Great to see you there. So this is the SMART goal formula. Once you have your goals SMART, then you've got to be able to write them out correctly. So when you write your goals, you follow this formula. It is now, and you put in your future date, and I earn the amount of money. And what happens is this makes the goal personal. It's also positive, and it's also in the present tense. So Lorraine, good morning. Everybody, go to the chat box and tell me, how much money do you want to earn this year? Let's say, for example, you're already earning $100,000 and you want to get to $110,000. So what you do is you'd say, it is now the 24th of March, 2024, which gives you 1 year from now, and I earn $110,000. And that's how your SMART goal setting formula looks like. You know the goal is simple, it's specific, it's measurable, it's meaningful to you, it's achievable, it's realistic, and it has a time frame. So when you set your goal, it is now 24th of March 2024, which is a year from now, and I earn $110,000. And this is how you simplify your goals. So I want you to go to the chat box. Using this formula, I want you to type in your goal. It is now, put today's date, and a year from now. So if it's the 24th of March 2023 today, put 24th of March 2024. If you're watching this goal in 2024, put it is 24th of March 2025, which would be a year from now, and put the desired income. And it's very, very important that you follow this formula, because what we say is your conscious mind is the goal setter, and the unconscious mind is the goal getter. And the conscious mind must give the unconscious mind a very simple instruction, an instruction that a 7-year-old can understand. So, you know the formula. It is now 24th of March 2024, and I earn $110,000. And what this becomes is it becomes your focus. You've heard people say in real estate, location, location, location. Have you heard that before in real estate? Location, location, location. When it comes to goal setting, the word is focus, focus, focus. And you must focus on what you want. And when you focus on your goal, then you create a form of tunnel vision. You only focus on your goals, and you don't let all the other distractions of life get in your way. So focus, focus, focus. You've got to focus on what you want. And what is it that you want, ladies and gentlemen? You want that goal. It is now the 24th of March, 2024, and I now earn $110,000. And this becomes your focus. And you focus on that, and you stubbornly focus on that. And as you do that, you get a form of tunnel vision, and you block out all the distractors. So remember, the goal becomes your focus. And as we say in NLP, focus on what you want. Now, what happens is when you have a single defining focus, you have one goal, then you're giving your unconscious mind a very clear suggestion. You're saying this is our dominant thought. This is who we have to become to achieve this goal. And your unconscious mind accepts this instructions that you now earn $110,000. And as you give your unconscious mind these new instructions, it creates behaviors. You start to become an equivalent. You start to produce the behaviors of that person who would be earning $110,000. And you start to produce those behaviors now. Not a year from today, you start to do it now. So remember, the conscious mind is your goal setter. Your unconscious mind is the goal getter, and it creates those behaviors. And what you do is you focus on what you want. You focus on that goal, and your focus guides your decisions. When you're clear about what you want, you make better decisions. You stop making bad decisions. You stop making the wrong decisions. You start making the right decisions. Once you make the right decisions, you start to take positive action. You start to take steps towards what you want. The procrastination stops, and then you start to move forward towards your goals. And once you've taken the right action, then you'll get the right result in your life. And just as you predicted, 1 year from now, you'll be earning $110,000. So remember, the conscious mind is the goal setter. The unconscious mind is the goal getter, and you focus on what you want. Your focus drives your decisions. Your decisions drive your actions, and your actions lead to your results. And there's 3 big benefits. When it comes to setting goals, your brain releases dopamine. It starts to get your heart pumping. You're ready to chase. As you take action, the brain releases adrenaline and you're ready to overcome those obstacles. Then once you achieve those goals and you start to take positive action towards it and you have those little wins, your mind releases serotonin. Serotonin is nature's happy drug. And when you have these three neurotransmitters moving around your body, dopamine, adrenaline, and serotonin, it's almost impossible for you to feel depressed. Dopamine, adrenaline, and serotonin numb out all those negative emotions in your body. All of that sadness, that disappointment, you no longer feel. And what you're left with is confidence. And that's what you want, isn't it? You want more confidence. And if you had the confidence to take action, that confidence would lead to new levels of confidence. And every time you hit one of your sub goals, you'd become more confident, more confident, more confident. That confidence muscle would start to flex and grow. And then you would know that in the future, that any time you set a goal, you can achieve it. And that's what we all want to feel, isn't it? We want to feel more confident to know that when we make a decision, which is to set a goal, that we're going to take the right actions and we're going to produce predictable results, which is going from 100,000 to 110,000 per year. It's that simple. So let's review. Your goals. Your goals have to be smart. So we know you want to make more money. The first thing you've got to do is you've got to specify exactly how much money you want to make. Is it $1? Is it 100,000? Is it $1 million? Remember, the goal has to be simple and specific, measurable and meaningful, achievable. It has to be realistic for you, and it has to be timed and towards what you want. The very simple SMART goal formula sounds like this. It is now the 24th of March, 2024, and I earn $110,000. Remember, that goal should be within 10% outside of your comfort zone. It shouldn't be any more than 10% more than you're earning now, especially if you don't have a track record of success. Your goals become your focus. Your focus leads to your decisions. Once you make the right decisions, you'll stop procrastinating, you'll take the right action, and you will get the result that you're looking for, which is the goal. Every time you take a step forward, your brain releases dopamine, adrenaline, serotonin. These are nature's happy drugs. It cancels out and it makes you numb to the feelings of sadness and depression and regret. The heartache, the disappointment disappears and you're left with confidence. And when you're confident, you'll take more action. So you've watched the video. Tell me, what are you going to do differently? What are you going to do differently based on what you've learned today? Go to the chat box, let me know what you're going to do differently, and I'll respond personally. Ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon.